Hello, welcome to our course of Chinese culture. In this section, please join us to find out more of the classification of Chinese tea. China has a rich and sophisticated tea culture. There is a common saying in China, 7 things in the house: firewood, rice, oil, salt, soy sauce, vinegar, and tea. From this saying, we can know that tea plays an important role in Chinese people's daily life. China is universally acknowledged the first country to grow, produce, and drink tea. Through the ancient Silk Road, it was introduced to Western Asia and Europe. British people like drinking tea very much. They prefer to add milk and sugar in black tea, which is quite different from Chinese tea drinking process. Today, we will learn about the tea classification in China. Although there are hundreds of varieties of Chinese tea, they can be classified into 5 basic categories according to their different processing techniques. They are green tea, black tea, oolong tea, compressed tea, and scented tea. Green tea, as the name suggested, is green in color of the tea leaves and also tea liquid. It is due to the simplest making process. Green tea, which is unfermented, is the most natural of all types of Chinese tea. Compared with other types of Chinese tea, it has the most medicinal value and the least caffeine content. It can help people reduce their inner heat, so it is a preferred drink in summer. Green tea has the longest history with now the broadest production area and the largest production volume. The most famous among various types of green tea are Longjing of the West Lake in Zhejiang Province, Maofeng of Mount Huangshan in Anhui Province, Biluochun produced in Jiangsu, Yunwu from Mount Lushan in Jiangsu Province, and Maojian from Xinyang, Henan Province. Black tea is much darker in tea leaves and also tea liquid than green tea. Green tea keeps the original color of tea leaves without fermentation, but the black tea is fermented before baked. So the tea liquid and tea leaves are reddish black. It tastes sweet and can facilitate the fostering of young energy and enrich the greasiness in the human body, which makes it a favored drink in winter. You can also add milk and sugar to black tea to make milk tea. The best types of black teas are Qihong tea of Anhui, Dianhong tea of Yunnan, Suhong tea of Jiangsu, Chuanhong tea of Sichuan, and Huhong tea of Hunan. Next is oolong tea. Oolong tea is quite special. It sits halfway between green tea and black tea because it is semi-fermented. Typical oolong tea leaves are green in the middle and red on the edges, resulted from being partly fermented and softened. Oolong tea tastes stronger than green tea, but less strong than black tea. Its aroma ranges from mild to medium, and is the best tea for the famous Gongfu tea brewing process. Beginners of oolong tea should take care, as even though its flavor seems only mild to medium, the tea can be very strong. Since oolong tea is semi-fermented, it can be classified into 3 grades based on its light, medium, and heavy fermentation. Lightly fermented oolong tea has the characteristics of strong aroma, making a golden-colored drink, while medium fermented oolong tea is brown in color and steady in taste. Tie Guanyin is among this kind. While heavily fermented oolong tea is orange-colored with sweetness and fragrancy of ripe fruits, close to black tea. While compressed tea is featured by its special shapes of the tea blocks. It is made by compressing steamed tea leaves into molds such as bricks, cakes, columns, etc. Compressed tea can be stored for years or even decades. Aged compressed tea has gentle flavor. Chinese scented tea is a unique category. It is a mixture of flower and tea leaves. Flowers can be rose, jasmine, orchid, and plum. Green tea is the typical tea to make scented tea, but sometimes black tea and oolong tea will be included. The flowers and tea leaves are finely blended and sealed for a time to let the scent to get to each other. Then, when you brew the tea, it will give out the fresh and sweet aroma. Alright, that is the classification of Chinese tea. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.